What's going on? It's Justeeni here. We're back with some more Polytitans, and this time things have changed up a little bit. So the way that things are working now is, so we're in the group stage again, and there's one matchup we're playing this time, just Hoodrick versus Imo on normal lakes. And the way that this works is the away tribe, or the away person, gets to pick their tribe, which means the hosting player gets the other one. So in this game, I'm playing against Estrella, and they were away, so they picked Hodrick, and so I'm Imo here, and yeah, let's just get right into things. So I go for classic turn 0 meditation, the best way to play Imo, and I have a really nice spawn. I have 2 animals in every city, kinda just the best thing you can ask for at this point. Opening goes pretty smoothly, get the Explorer, get some good vision. Unfortunately, doesn't quite get vision on Hodrick. Instead, it goes for the lighthouse, but it doesn't even get that because there's mountains everywhere. But I get a workshop here. I could have gotten an Explorer. I decided not to, just to have more economy. I want to get an Explorer from this city instead. And I get a nice Pop Ruin. So I can actually get a pretty early Giant if I want. But I have some other plans. I can Mindbend their Archer now. Very lucky meat for me. But I go climbing, get the lighthouse, and then I go border growth. And you can probably see why I go border growth. This sawmill is really nice, and I want to place a market right next to it. And then I can go like market and sawmill, something like that. And we have a good time. Because this game will likely go late. Against Hood, they love to take it late game because they have the best markets. And yeah, Hoodrick's not really trying to apply too much pressure right now. Just kind of trying to scare me off. And yeah, I can take this village as I planned. Now I go math. I can chop for the first giant. And things are looking pretty nice. Mark of Fortune up there. And yeah, got a great defense with riders. They have a giant, but I'm not too worried. I got a free spirit ruin, which is not too useful right now, but it will come in handy later. But yeah, now I've got roads. And that's mostly just to get pre-cap. I probably should have gotten the Explorer before I did any of that combat, because there's a non-zero chance Explorer doesn't go where I want to now. But I think it should still be fine. Actually, no, it's still guaranteed to go where I want. Actually, I don't know. It might be, it might not be. Either way, things work out in the end. So I have good vision on them. And yeah, I have roads. You could probably tell what I'm planning to do. I don't actually place any roads because I want to get trade. Get a star rune, which is just perfect here. Now I can go trade. I get a Mindbender, again, just ensuring that I can defend. They can't break through. And I have my markets down first, but then they plop down 2 markets on their turn, so on the same turn. And this is the thing with Hodrick, is they have pretty scary market potential. Imo market potential isn't nearly as good, but you have philo to kind of make up for it. And we'll kind of see how things go because of that. I also just have a phenomenal spawn, 6 cities just like that, and pretty good resources all things considered. And now, Hodrick once again developing these crazy markets. Like, these are actually below average markets for Hodrick, by the way. Like, this is actually less than you should expect. But kind of just have middle game. This giant's a little stranded, so I'm like, I'll just keep it trapped here. What are they going to do? What could they possibly do? And then I'm just developing more markets, you know, preparing for the late game. And now they're continuing to get the markets up. Take out the warrior. And then they bridge here. This I totally didn't expect. I'm like, oh, the giant's trapped. But no, they can actually bridge over here, and there could be a village right here. It's not uncommon for lakes to have those one-tile villages, and the village can spawn right there. I figure it probably did. But yeah, the giant's just gonna go there now. I get a Shiv ruin, because that free spirit ruin I got earlier. And now I have a knight already on turn 14. And I'm trying to chase after this giant. You can see him in zone of controlling everything. I'm even taking into account the bridge. The giant is zoning that away. So my Mindbender is actually fine. I'm forcing them to kind of move on the city. But then my idea is I'm just going to move the next Mindbender up. And then they give me a really good chain. I'm sure they weren't expecting knights. They don't have vision. So then this chain's really nice. And I can pressure the giant. Their capital. I can't quite pressure their capital here, but I mean, this is just great position for me. Fishing, border growth here. This is going to take a ton of space. Now the opponent can't use these roads if they get knights, which is a very common game plan for Hoodrick at this point, because knights work very well with your ranged units, and they're just a strong late game unit in general. I just border growth, and I'm taking tons of space. But Hoodrick just has a ton of giants, but then they go and hit a rammer to kill my poor mine vendor, so I can't quite take out the giant anymore. But I go in with the knight, heal everything here. Catapult's getting healed a little bit, so it's fine with it getting hit by the archer. And now in the north, I'm actually able to get another village up there. So this is just a really good position for me. Get an explorer, see what's up. Hopefully I can get Eye of God. It's kind of wandering a bit. The new explorers really like to go on mountains, even if it's not a good idea. But I still get Eye of God, regardless. And yeah, despite my markets being substantially worse at the moment, I'm starting to improve them. I just have a city advantage and I still have philo. So over time I'm going to be able to grind out an advantage here. I know that late game, if IMO has markets, just in general, they don't have to be very good markets, but if you have markets, you are in a better spot than Hoodrick. Now I can take out that giant with ramming. All my techs are super cheap. Like you can see, despite my city advantage, my techs are possibly cheaper than the opponents. And yeah, the opponent's pressuring. They kill my catapult, they get a vet archer, but they have all their units lined up in a chain, and I'm getting ready to chain everything, and then I hit the vet archer first. Oopsie daisies. This is still winning for me, so it's not a massive deal, but it was a little bit of a silly moment that could have been very easily avoided, so I have to back up a little bit. But I have more knights at the ready. And I get that market that I should have gotten a while ago. My economy's doing great. Everything's sunshine and rainbows. Like, they don't have a way of attacking into me. They're trying to get this village up here, but I already have, like, I've got the Juggernaut, I have the Bomber now. I'm gonna have another Juggernaut, I've got Rammers, I'm taking the Starfish. Everything is just, it's just amazing. It's IMO late game. Hoodrick finally has knights, but it's not a big deal. I've got this giant zone of control that I've been holding for like a very long time at this point, like almost 10 turns. And they go for this border growth, steal a bunch of land, that makes sense. Perfectly reasonable play. You try to chain on the giant, try to weaken as much as possible so you can chain through it next turn. I get a bunch of bombers, and I'm just taking over the map. I get another knight, chain, and weaken that giant. I just move this giant back so I can heal it with a mindbender real quick. Quadism, and yeah, workshop it. I don't need the extra vision. I see all their cities just fine. They go spiritualism for the extra defense bonus, and yeah, they just don't have enough cities at this point, unfortunately, and I get this bomber in the water, which is super annoying for them. And they resign at this point. They see their bomber's dead. I simply just have too many units. They have all the economy in the world, but they're down in cities, and I have enough economy to win the game, so that's how the cookie crumbles. Managed to win my first game, and we'll cut to the second one. Alright, so second game. This time I'm playing as away, and I decided to pick IMO because, well, it worked pretty well last time, so why not do it again? IMO's got really good late game. And yeah, look at this spawn, by the way. I had to double check. Yes, this is a lakes map. This is my spawn on lakes. But yeah, I go turn 0 meditation, and I miss my village, which is really bad. So when I miss my village with turn 0 meditation, what I prefer to do, and also the reason why I go turn 0 meditation, normally I wouldn't go meditation with this sort of opener because I'm expecting to miss my village. But the reason why is you can see my capital. I have 5 population here, plus the monument, that's 8, then 9, 10, and I just place 1 port, which I'm likely to do anyway, and that's 11. that's enough for a giant with just 2 techs, both tier 1. But yeah, you can see I'm not training a warrior. This is what I do when I miss a village for the turn 3 meditation, because I still want to upgrade on turn 4, not be too slow to develop. And then I get my Altar of Peace down. And then I can get an Explorer in the city. And you can see there's water everywhere, so surely water is going to be the main emphasis on this map. There's going to be a big lake over here somewhere, and possibly one over here as well, based on what I'm seeing. However, I meet the opponent, and I was right about one lake. There's a big lake, and it actually stretches all the way to here, which this could be Hoodric's capital even. In fact, we're actually about to see it is Hoodric's capital. However, what some people might notice is this lake is useless, because you can't actually put anything safely in there. There are shorelines here, here, and here, probably here as well, which means, yeah, only this lake is useful. Slight issue. There's a lot of villages and land over here. So, but yeah, I can't really go naval, and I really wanted to go naval because Ima has better navy than Hoodric does. Hoodric isn't known for their navy. But you can also see I set a little trap here with the Mindbender. I was expecting their archer to go down, that's why I didn't move the Mindbender. Because if I move it here, they just move back, fire, and if I move on the village, they just kill it. But my idea here is they're going to move down. Why would Hoodric ever buy climbing? And then they can shoot, but then I just convert, and then I take the village. Well, they actually buy climbing here. They bought it because of something down here. I checked the replay after, but this totally caught me off guard because I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, well, rest in peace, my Mindbender. I just put it up to force them to kill it because I want to send my warrior and stuff. But yeah, now I get my giant, turn 7, pretty early, but unfortunately I'm stuck on 2 cities. And I'm just hoping this ruin is good. They get a very nasty border growth. I get a pop ruin, but I just placed my Park of Fortune. And yeah, I'm hoping to get this village. I can see them here. That's not a good sign since they have riding. They're likely to get roads. And yeah, I don't have very many cities. I can get this one at least, hopefully. And then you see I go Org, even though I don't have any fruit. And then I go Explore because I want to get the lighthouse. It's kind of funneled to go that way, and sure enough, it will go that way. I get the lighthouse for another giant. And yeah, so why do I go Org here, though? So it wasn't a misclick. I wanted to go Org here. And yeah, unfortunately, they steal my other suburb. This was my other suburb. This is the result of missing my village and not training the unit. Which is kind of funny. This was a suburb as well, I just couldn't get to it right away because there was a bit of water. If I managed to get this suburb, maybe this game would have turned out completely differently. But alas, that's not what happened. So I can send my Juggernaut towards this city at least to take it. And I'm sending my Giant here. And I'm recognizing there are a lot of forts here. If Hoodric takes the city, there is a very high chance that they can get a Giant. In fact, actually, if you are very observant, you can actually see it is 100% guaranteed. How is that guaranteed? Well, they have a monument they can use. I figured all they need is a monument, and yes, they have one. What monument do you think they have here? But yeah, they take the city. And then they get Eye of God, sure enough. Yep, that's what monument they have. Because they've kind of taken over the entire map at this point. And I'm sitting on 4 cities against Hoodric. But going back to why I bought Org, there's the cloak. This is my last resort. And I have like this naval dominance. It's completely uncontested, but I haven't even gotten sailing. I just haven't had the time. Because if I get sailing here, cool. I lose everything here. I lost everything without getting sailing. Imagine I did get sailing. I still would have lost everything, but then my capital is getting pressured even more. Like, it's just not good. Now I'm losing this city. I don't have a monument on hand. So instead I just chop away. I'm just hoping this cloak connects. It's kind of out in the open, but just don't hit my cloak. You know, it's not there. They see the cloak, but they can't reach it now. And I'm gonna be able to land one desperation cloak, get archery beforehand, get a nice defense boost. And unfortunately, I'm sitting at 3 cities versus a lot. And I can't get another cloak because I'm getting pressured too much. And I'm losing the city. And I'm not even getting the city back. They are able to defend. And yeah, that's it. Very unfortunate situation in the second one. I didn't find this village. I think if I did, maybe it's pretty playable, you know, because I get the early giant. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It's a little tough to say. My market spots are like atrocious. So there's that. But I do have good mid-game potential. It's tough to say. But either way, going for this village first and not making the warrior definitely didn't go well for me. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub. And have a good one.